Hi, I'm Lynn Wilson.
And I am Robbie Macbeth.
Welcome to SparqU Presents, the perfect pitch for nonprofits. This show highlights digital stories that nonprofit organizations created as part of their participation in Open Media Foundation's Digital Storytelling for Nonprofits class. After viewing the submissions tonight to our live studio audience, the viewers at home and online, we will announce the top 3 winners.
Thanks. So my name is Robbie Macbeth, and I'm one of the managers here of the Hands-on Tech project here at Open Media Foundation. And Hands-on Tech, what the program does is basically help nonprofit organizations better use technology in Denver. So myself and Jacob are AmeriCorps Vistas, and we go in and basically offer free tech classes for nonprofits. So we did a survey to find out what nonprofits wanted to learn regarding technology, and overwhelmingly the responses that we got were for a digital storytelling class. And that worked perfectly here at Open Media Foundation, since we have all this wonderful television equipment and studios in order to teach something like that. So we sent out a call, and that's how we got in contact with Professor Lynn Wilson here in order to teach and volunteer his time to teach the class. So I'm just going to give a short little bio here about Mr. Wilson. He's an assistant professor of business and entrepreneurship at the Community College of Denver and the founder of SparqU. He's a passionate business leader with 6 years of management experience in education, tax accounting, and real estate. For the past 7 years, Mr. Wilson has been conducting college-level courses in business administration, accounting, and technology. He enjoys advising businesses, organizations, and individuals on how to start up new businesses and careers. Most importantly, he has developed and facilitated the creation of over 100 business plans for his students in the last 6 months. So let's give a round of applause for Professor Wilson and his volunteering here.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you, what exactly is SparqU?
Well, SparqU is basically an answer to a niche market for entrepreneurs who are looking for kind of a unique way to showcase their startup businesses. So we definitely want to be a difference maker for startups in and around the Metro Denver area. And we want to cultivate untapped entrepreneurial talent and help them to get the resources they need to start and showcase their businesses. And we want to do that in 3 ways. We want to do that with boot camp style training, organizing local events like this one, and providing ongoing support through our website, SparqU.com.
Great, no, that sounds awesome. And I just wanted to give a little bit of context about Denver Open Media here, the space that our live studio audience is sitting in. This is basically Denver's public media access channel. We develop software in-house to basically anyone can submit content that's a member online, and it can be voted on and rated, and that's actually how the television schedule is created for the public access station. So the shows that get the most votes and the most views end up going online to be voted on and then ultimately shown on television. So it was kind of an added bonus that we were able to do this digital storytelling class here, because we put all the videos up on Denver Open Media's page and had everybody vote, and now all these wonderful videos will hopefully be shown very frequently on Denver's public access TV channel. And here at Denver Open Media, we definitely encourage the public to be their own media producers. So we're really excited that Lynn kind of showed interest in creating a television show to host. So I just kind of wanted to ask you your thoughts on why you started the television show, The Perfect Pitch by profiling nonprofits.
Well, first of all, Hands-on Tech was instrumental in doing this. I mean, you guys really allowed me to develop this and to an opportunity to showcase startups as well as socially responsible organizations. And so, I decided to volunteer for the digital storytelling class because I had been using it in my classroom for the past year. And then you had asked me when we did our first class, about my idea about the show. And I wanted to have a show similar to Shark Tank that allowed the organizations to get help producing their own videos and then profile them on the web, as well as allow the public to vote for the best pitch out of all those videos instead of just being limited to an expert panel. I also wanted to give prizes to the top 3 winners. And the bonus obviously here is that these are all nonprofit groups. And did you know that According to the Colorado Nonprofit Association, there are more than 19,000 charitable nonprofit organizations in our state that represent 6% of our state's economy. Many of them are led by unsung heroes, grassroots activists that are never heard about, never read about, and they make a big impact into our community. So I thought this was a really good platform to try to put a spotlight on them for once.
Absolutely. No, we're definitely glad that you wanted to produce a television show such as this one. I think it's going to be a really successful show going forward. So I was just going to spend this time a little bit to talk about how the class actually worked here at Open Media Foundation. It was a 3-week course that happened in July. The first week featured Professor Wilson and Elisa Joslin, who would like to be here, but she was in Missouri tonight. They focused on the techniques and the theories behind digital storytelling and what organizations should be going for. And they really showcased some really good examples of different organizations and individuals that have created really, really good digital story projects in the past. The second week in July was more about actually discussing how to gather the media and bringing it in, and also serving as a writer's workshop. So the second week was more about community members or participants in this organization and class kind of collaborating and discussing and providing some constructive criticism on everybody's individual stories. Week 3 was led by John Aiden, the education coordinator here at Open Media Foundation, and we worked with him to basically put these stories to life using iMovie. So actually, people brought in their material, we constructed it using iMovie, and ended with a project. So I just want to, really highlight and emphasize that in 3 short weeks, many of the fantastic individuals sitting in this studio audience created their own digital story from scratch, often without any media creation experience in the past. So we're really, really proud of everybody that was able to complete a video with this course.
Absolutely.
As far as the voting period, our videos went in and went up online on the Denver Open Media website starting on August 1st. And so basically they've been up for a week now, and we've got 3 prizes to announce at the end of the show based on the ratings and the total votes that those videos got. So without any further ado, I think we're going to start our first video here of one of the videos that was completed through our digital storytelling course. And this is from the Legal Center, and they actually had 2. So let's roll the clip from the Legal Center.
This is the story of Beth, one of many Coloradans with disabilities institutionalized in nursing homes. Beth is a 51-year-old woman who has intellectual disabilities. She was living and working in the community independently for more than 30 years. She shared an apartment with her long-term boyfriend until she got ill. Beth was hospitalized in June 2011. When her health improved, she was transferred to a nursing home. By August, she was well enough to move back into the community. Beth continued to work on independent living skills through the fall and winter while waiting for an opening in a group home. In February 2012, there was an opening, and the Legal Center for People with Disabilities and Older People requested the services Beth needed to live in the community, but the state of Colorado denied her request. Beth's story is one of many. Individuals with intellectual disabilities and mental illness find themselves institutionalized in nursing facilities, often alone and away from their support system. Her situation was a clear violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. States are required to eliminate the unnecessary segregation of people with disabilities and ensure that they have the services they need to live in the most integrated setting possible. Several months later, Beth was finally awarded an opening in a group home. Nearly 14 months after moving into a nursing facility, she was finally moving back into the community. Beth was going home.
I'm going home. I'm going home.
The Legal Center is the voice of the many people with disabilities who are institutionalized. The Legal Center helps people go home. The Legal Center protects and promotes the rights of people with disabilities and older people in Colorado through direct legal representation, advocacy, education, and legislative analysis. Contact us at 1-800-288-1376 or www.thelegalcenter.org.
All right, so that was Beth, created by Julie Busby. That was a fantastic video.
Yes, touching.
Yeah, so I'm just going to read the short description of the nonprofit of the Legal Center here. The Legal Center is an independent, public interest nonprofit specializing in civil rights and discrimination issues. They protect human, civil, and legal rights of people with mental and physical disabilities, people with HIV, and other older people throughout Colorado. The Legal Center's primary goal is to open up the legal system to those who would otherwise be unable to voice their needs because of the complexity of the service bureaucracy, their disability, or because they are unable to act on their own behalf. So, as mentioned, the Legal Center actually had 2 submissions, so we're going to now go to 7 by 10, created by Raina Knapp. So let's go to the video.
I am alive, living 7 by 10, breathing, but there is no fresh air. Seeing, but only gray concrete walls, a steel door. Feeling, but I have no human contact. Dreaming, but I'm not at peace.
Thinking, but it is obsessive. Counting, counting, counting. Fear, time. Do I exist? Is someone there? It is me. Only me. Who am I? I am alone. I am ill. But I'm not being treated. Hearing, but only my hysterics. Uncontrollable, strange crying and laughter. Remember the real laughter. I have a voice, but there is no one to hear my words. And the voices inside my head are screaming.
I am a prisoner in my mind and in my cell. My body is whole, but my spirit is broken. I am human, but this is not humane. I am confined 23 hours a day, years of solitary confinement. My story may be uncomfortable, but so am I. End the torture of solitary confinement.
In Colorado, contact the Legal Center for People with Disabilities and Older People, Colorado's Protection and Advocacy System, and visit our website at www.thelegalcenter.org to find out more about our programs and how you may support the Legal Center.
All right, so that was 7 by 10. So up with me on stage here are both Julie and Raina with the Legal Center. So do each of you just want to say kind of your involvement with the Legal Center, what you do every day?
Sure, I'm the Director of Development at the Legal Center.
Hi, I'm the Office Manager at the Legal Center.
Excellent. All right, so we're just going to talk a little bit about your videos and kind of how you got the inspiration for the ones you're doing. So do you want to start first and kind of how you thought of the idea for your video, Beth?
Sure. So the Legal Center has been involved with deinstitutionalization of people with disabilities since its founding in 1976. So in 2012, we learned that there were more than 2,000 individuals with disabilities, either intellectual disabilities or mental illness, residing in nursing homes throughout Colorado. And of course, we found this to be very alarming news. And we feel that individuals should live in the community when they want to, and given the proper supports, they should be able to. So we've been meeting with these individuals as we can to see if, first of all, if they want to live in the community, and if they do, then we advocate for them to have the supports that they need to live in the community. And as for the inspiration, I mean, when you hear the voicemail from Beth, who couldn't be inspired, she, her voice is full of happiness and freedom, and you know, after 14 months of being locked up, she was finally going home.
Great. Yeah, no, that was definitely an excellent part of that video and really an emotional punch. Do you want to say kind of the same thing, how your inspiration for your 7 by 10 video?
Certainly. So one of the programs at the Legal Center is protection and advocacy for individuals with mental illness. One of our priorities within that program is to protect and promote the rights of people with mental illness and protect them from abuse and neglect in facilities which include jails and prisons. And there's a huge stigma about the mental health population, and the topic of solitary confinement is a difficult one for people to understand. So because we have a priority and many issues involving people in this kind of unjust environment, I wanted to promote awareness about this difficult topic. And so I thought, how would I do that? And I tried to put myself in their position, and that was how I wrote the script.
Wow, fantastic.
Right.
But both
Powerful.
Yeah, do you want to give another round of applause for the
Yeah.
Legal Center video? Thanks for working.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you want to find out more about the Legal Center, you can go to thelegalcenter.org. So I want to take the next.
Excellent work there. So the next video we're going to look at is from the San Luis Valley Area Health Education Center. And basically their mission is to improve the quality and quantity of education to healthcare providers in Colorado in order to enhance the delivery of healthcare services throughout the state, with special emphasis on frontier, rural, and urban communities and minority populations. The Colorado AHEC office and the 5 regional AHEC offices serve as liaisons between the University of Colorado Denver and local communities to develop educational outreach and support systems from CU Denver and link university resources with local planning, educational, and clinical resources. So let's watch their video.
Prescription drug addiction and abuse. What are the causes? How does it affect my community? Are there solutions? How can I help? Where do we begin? Freddie Jaquez is no stranger to the problems surrounding prescription drug abuse in southern Colorado. He heard from the Alamosa coroner and others in the community about prescription drug-related deaths in the valley since 2010. What magnified this troubling issue for Jaquez was the conversation he had with Joe Valdez, a local pharmacist. His pharmacy was broken into twice. Money was not the focus. They only wanted the prescription drugs. Similar stories were shared at a community gathering. The San Luis Valley AHEC, Area Health Education Center, received a Convening for Colorado grant from the Colorado Trust, funding several gatherings in the valley to start a dialogue around this issue. AHEC mobilizes trainings, conferences, and workshops to support the local healthcare workforce. As executive director, Freddie saw this as an opportunity to help the Valley community tackle this problem. Primary target audience, rural healthcare providers and their staff. Main focus, finding strategies and tactics dealing with 2 types of prescription drug addiction and abuse. The first, patients with chronic illnesses using long-term prescription drugs, and secondly, recreational drug users. The common denominator, pain medication, especially opiates. Community stakeholders outside of the healthcare arena were also involved. Law enforcement, business owners, social workers all came with differing perceptions of the problem. With ground rules and respectful dialogue, amazing discussions and constructive ideas were shared. One of the most promising results of the discussions was simply a community-wide dedication to continue the dialogue. This is not an isolated issue. It is widespread throughout the United States and may even be happening in your neighborhood. Freddie knows that prescription drug addiction and abuse can be an overwhelming problem, but he is determined to keep the conversation going. Learning and working together to find solutions has strengthened the community. Awareness through participation and engagement by the community is key to providing a safe and healthy environment. A real dialogue has begun in the San Luis Valley. Now we have to find a way to keep the momentum going.
Great job, Rachel.
Fantastic.
So tell us about your participation in the San Luis Valley
Well, I
AHEC.
work for the Colorado Trust. It's a private foundation here in Denver, and we fund organizations throughout the state of Colorado. And I wanted to take this course specifically to feature different grantees that we fund. And I chose the San Luis Valley AHEC because we featured them in our annual report. And it appears that not too many people read the stories, that they would prefer like a video. So I thought to start with them. And they made some big strides in their community by bringing their community together to tackle that problem of the abuse and addiction of prescription drugs.
That is a major issue in our community, so I appreciate you guys funding them and fighting that fight. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks. You can find more information about AHEC at SLVAHEC, that's SLVAHEC.org. Our next video is going to be featuring the AJC Foundation. The AJC Foundation is dedicated to providing young adults with the knowledge, skills, and resources to guide them to a successful future. Their work includes issuing scholarships and providing assistance with career and school planning. So let's go ahead and play the video from AJC Foundation.
I have an opportunity and capability to do great things in my future. But to get past the bittersweet reason of why I have the motivation for this opportunity is something that is a constant struggle. Aaliyah was the youngest of my family. As a baby of 5, she had no choice but to be strong and have some fight in her. As 4 older siblings would say, she had it easy. Being the most spoiled, never having to do chores, she had it made. She was 14, getting ready to end her 8th grade year and get on with her life, as she would say. As she was playing in what would become her last softball games ever, she showed courage and competitiveness when she didn't strike out against top high school pitchers who were 4 years older. She was ready for that next chapter. But her story went off the beaten path. Just a few days later, I was sitting in a silent, cold room with only the sounds of the monitors and machines. Mono seemed like a battle she could easily take on. She was too strong to not win that fight. Mono was too weak for her, or so I thought. She laid there with her hair perfectly curled, makeup applied, and nails to match, just to her standards, but she was already flying beautifully. That is when it began. The rafters of the church were filled with people touched by my little sister, who continue to come together to this day. Although the scholarship in Aaliyah's name has provided multiple girls with the opportunity to begin their future, she would want more. A small gesture would not be meeting her standards. She is too grand for that. She will continue to make a difference, and I will always carry out that difference for her. Continue to fly beautifully, butterfly, for all of this is all for you. Help us in helping the youth of our community prepare for the futures that they are so blessed to have. Go to ajcfoundation.co to donate to our cause and find our next local fundraising events.
All right, that was guided by my butterfly, and with me is the creator of that video, Desiree Carrillo. So do you want to just kind of say what you do there at the AJC Foundation?
I am actually the founder of the AJC Foundation.
Excellent. So where did you get the inspiration for that awesome video?
Well, we started out as a scholarship opportunity and noticed that there was kind of a disconnect between receiving the scholarship and being successful in college. So the video is actually of my younger sister, and she's the motivator behind the whole foundation. So we're a brand new nonprofit, so still in the developmental stages. So the video was more of our motivation to start the foundation.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for participating in your class. Your video was fantastic. So you can find out more, am I correct, at ajcfoundation.co?
Yes.
And then you're also on Facebook, from my understanding,
Yes.
right? So check them out. Very, very awesome video. Let's give it a hand, one more hand.
Yes.
Congratulations, video.
Beautiful cause. Thank you. Next up, we have the Roundup Fellowship. This organization serves people with developmental disabilities, recognizing their worth, affirming their ability to contribute, and striving to promote dignity in all relationships. Through their home and community-based programs, Roundup Fellowship helps develop the skills and attitudes needed for people to be successful at home, in school, on the job, and in society. At Roundup, there is an interdependent network of people giving and receiving from one another with an emphasis on quality services and long-term commitment. This video, Roundup Fellowship, is by Danny Danko Holloway.
Twenty 20% of the United States population has a disability, making this the largest minority group in the nation. People with disabilities have the highest rate of unemployment, the highest rate of poverty, and the lowest level of education of any minority group in the nation. Still, philanthropy does not follow the disability sector at all. Stray cats get more funding. During the 1970s, Colorado began deinstitutionalizing children who had developmental disabilities. Today, 41 years later, children and adults placed by our Colorado state system are provided $71 a month for personal needs. Imagine living on $71 a month. Shoes, toothpaste, a haircut, clothing, furniture, a blanket, a bath towel, a backpack for school, a toy, a movie ticket, or a treat at McDonald's. They can forget a tuxedo rental to attend their prom. People who have developmental disabilities are just like you and me. They want friends, fun, family, and a reason to get up every morning. In 2013, Roundup Fellowship provided more than 420,000 hours of services to people who have developmental disabilities right here in your neighborhood. We provided food, shelter, clothing, transportation, medical supervision, and therapeutic recreational activities. Roundup Fellowship helps teach, support, and provide opportunities that allow children and adults in our care to become part of their own community. Please help us help them. Go to www.rup.org for more information on how you can help, and like us on Facebook to show your support of our community's most vulnerable citizens.
All right. That was an excellent video by Danny. She spent a lot of hard time and effort rewriting her script over and over, and just a clear perfectionist, and it came out shining and really profiled a really important organization.
Absolutely, that video, fantastic job, Danny. Okay, so our next nonprofit organization will be the Colorado Criminal Justice Reform Coalition. Colorado Criminal Justice Reform Coalition, or CCJRC, is a nonprofit organization that was formed to halt the exponential growth in the state prison population. CCJRC believes that we are currently overusing incarceration and that a comprehensive reevaluation of current criminal justice policy is necessary. The Colorado Criminal Justice Reform Coalition advocates for the expansion of funding for treatment, alternatives to incarceration, and reintegration services to people leaving prison. CCJRC also unconditionally opposes the use of for-profit prisons in Colorado. Their video is entitled Floorboards, and it was by Pam Clifton. So let's go to the clip.
Might as well have taken the floorboards too. The year was 1997. The year the Gestapo wolves barged in, gnashing teeth and flashing badges with a double S for social services. They took our home and dismantled it methodically. We are not procedure. We are clockwork tragedies, wound up by the system, set to walk off of cliffs, rusty though our cogs may be. Pendulum potential, dead-weighted by a noose. We are scar tissue soldiers, with fingerprint mishaps in our eyes. We, the forgotten youth of those who cannot save us from being swept underneath the rug of blind justice 3 to 5 years after she turned a deaf ear to the victims of church pew fodder, left to be raised in a cathedral of bruises, in a chorus by one-way yelling matches with a god we hadn't even heard of before all of this began. Children were not meant to be shuffled like cards in a deck, traveling from foster home to foster home, falling in with jacks and jokers, burying their hearts with spades until they find someone who will bet on their future like they actually have that right. I apologize, but I have a mother, one who worked 3 jobs to make sure our bellies were full. Instead, the roots of my family tree were hacked into, growing into divergent branches I either couldn't find my smile in or just didn't recognize. When asked in school to fill out a genealogy, I was that kid who knew nothing of how his bones were grown, but I knew they were not filled out and filed from official paperwork bloodlines that mean nothing when you realize that the family reunions do not actually include you. So I forfeited my secondhand skin and traded it for a glistening past that no one would stare at me. Now, sometimes I wish that the first Halloween I remember hadn't been partitioned with a bulletproof pane of glass between us, but it was okay. I was Superman that day. Nothing could stop me. But when the cape came off, when the sugar rush went away, I realized that being under that rug was uncomfortable. It got really dark in there. So you got stepped on more than your unknown bones could hold at times. And I didn't realize that it'd be almost half of one of Christ's lifetimes before I saw her again. And I wish I could take the nails that built her rusty cage and turn them into a glistening chair for her. You know, Mom, you should rest those feet. You worked so hard. Now you can. I'm home.
So that was Floorboards by Pam Clifton, and with me actually is Pam. So if you want to just say a little bit about what you do at CCJRC.
I'm the communications coordinator at the Colorado Criminal Justice Reform.
Sorry. All right. What was kind of your inspiration for creating that video that you did? Kind of what was the idea that you wanted to capture?
Well, the war on drugs has been left unintended consequences throughout the country for the last 40 years, and one of the most devastating unintended consequences is what it does to our kids. So I just wanted to highlight that, and I think that video gives us an opportunity to really make that more pronounced. So I wanted to go ahead and showcase that.
Absolutely. Well, you did an excellent job, and I just wanted to say we were helping Pam with her video, and she was like near completion, and then it was kind of like, oh, you might be able to find something, and then within, I think it was like 20 minutes, she kind of came back with all those awesome sound effects and the music and everything, and changing the thing. So I was really, really proud how quickly she was able to kind of make some slight alterations that I think had a really good effect. So thanks so much for being here and coming down. So
thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And you can find more about Colorado Criminal Justice Reform Coalition at ccjrc.org.
Next up is Colorado Rural Health Center. The Colorado Rural Health Center's mission is to enhance healthcare services in the state by providing information, education, linkages, tools, and energy toward addressing rural health issues. Their vision is to improve healthcare services available in rural communities to ensure that all rural Coloradans have access to comprehensive, affordable, high-quality health care. So we're going to watch the Colorado Rural Health Day. That's by Matt Inquist and Bridget Olson.
People, agriculture, community, vital, family, beautiful.
Darling, what are you
The Colorado Rural Health Center is joining with its members, partners, and other state and national stakeholders to celebrate the power of rural during the 4th annual National Rural Health Day celebration. National Rural Health Day is the opportunity to raise awareness of the unique healthcare issues facing rural communities throughout the United States, and to showcase the good works of America's nearly 60 million rural citizens. Rural health facilities are facing numerous challenges in today's ever-changing healthcare landscape. The healthcare needs of rural citizens are as unique as the communities in which they live. Those needs cannot be addressed by utilizing a generic one-size-fits-all approach. Programs and policies must be flexible enough to allow rural communities to identify the unique needs of their residents.
So what does rural mean to you?
Seclusion, slower pace,
tight-knit community, good schooling.
You're guaranteed to have a help if you need it anytime.
Rural means no big cities. Small town folk, happy life.
Rural Colorado is full of diverse people and places. That's why we, at the Colorado Rural Health Center, work so hard to ensure rural communities have access to high-quality, affordable health care. Join us on November 20th to salute the hardworking men and women at the forefront of the rural healthcare delivery system.
Build your home and plant your roots. Sing out your version of the truth.
All right, tonight we have with us Amanda. And what do you do at Colorado Rural Health Center?
I'm actually the program assistant at Outreach, and our team really focuses on pushing the word of the rural individuals out, especially regarding the healthcare industry. A lot of times we all come to Colorado, some of us are transplants, we come from the oil and gas industry, and we use the outdoor recreation facilities that we have in the rural areas because it's so pristine and beautiful, but you don't typically think of who's going to assist you if you get into that awful car accident coming back on the I-70 corridor from skiing or snowboarding, or if you're out hiking, doing a 14er, who's going to actually assist you? So we help recruit and with their billing and coding and all different things for those rural health facilities, provide care when those occurrences happen. And, you know, there is about 65% of the population lives in those rural areas because it is 80% of the landmass of Colorado. And they really do need those dentists. They really do need prenatal care. And we help kind of create that bridge between the urban centers and the rural communities. So
Amanda, Colorado Rural Health Day, are there going to be events on that day, or what is going to happen?
On Colorado Rural Health Day, which is the 20th of November, we typically host an open house in our office, which is in Aurora, right by the Cherry Creek Reservoir. And all different communities across Colorado, we work with them in developing open houses at their clinics and just small booths in the areas to help just bring awareness. Some have banners that we make. We make different kind of infographs and videos and all different sorts of ways that we can bring awareness to those communities so they realize that their health care doesn't just magically appear. It's a lot of work from all different funders and all different organizations and very passionate people to make that happen for you and for the urban people, like I said, that go there for the recreational desires.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you.
Thanks.
Great job. Well, we'd like to thank all the participants, and thank you to our audience, and also to to my students and all the voters out there for your support. We've profiled 7 videos, and we had an amazing response through social media in just that 1 week. We had over 400 votes cast, as well as almost 1,700 total views of all the 7 videos, which really was the main purpose of this event, to give these organizations as much exposure as possible for the amazing work that they do, many times on a very small budget. So, are we ready to announce the prizes?
Yes.
And the winners? All right. So for 3rd place, the winner will receive 2 free Denver Open Media classes. And that 3rd place winner is?
The Colorado Rural Health video. So Amanda, if you want to head back up here. Keep the applause coming as she makes her way up on stage. Yeah. All right. Congratulations. There you go. So, so the Colorado Rural Health Center of Colorado will receive 2 free Denver Open Media classes as part of 3rd place. All right.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. 2nd place, the winner of 4 free Denver Open Media classes will be
the AJC Foundation with their movie Guided by My Butterfly. Thanks so much.
All right, excellent.
Feel free to stay. Do you want to stay? And Amanda, if you want to head back up, if you want, we'll get all winners on stage for the final shot.
Making Amanda do a lot of walking
Yeah,
tonight.
sorry. Yeah, it's the exercise you get without her. All right.
All right. And the final 1st place winner, who will receive a $1,000 value Denver Open Media membership for their organization.
So this membership will allow you to kind of create videos and use all the equipment and take some classes here at Denver Open Media. So the winner of the 1st place prize for this Perfect Pitch television show is the Colorado Criminal Justice Reform Coalition, CCJRC, with their floorboards by Pam Clifton. So come on, come on down. Keep it going, keep it going. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right.
All right. So as you can see, we had some wonderful videos. They showcased a wide variety of topics related to really a lot of needs in our community. And we want you to remember that these organizations need your support so that they can continue to help our communities. So if you like the videos presented tonight, please go to their websites or participate in any of their events and tell them that you saw them on our show, The Perfect Pitch. If you know of any nonprofit organization that could use our services, please feel free to go to Denver Open Media's website to check the date of our next Digital Storytelling for Nonprofits class. If you are a for-profit organization and you would like to get similar training and be profiled in a future show, please contact us or myself at SparqU.com.
And if you want to watch any of the videos again or vote or try to get them higher up on the TV schedule for Denver Open Media, you can find all of the projects on the project page. It's the Digital Storytelling project page on denveropenmedia.org. So I think that wraps it up. I'm Robbie Macbeth.
I'm Lynn Wilson. Thank you so much for watching our show. Good night. And remember, do your best, but let God do the rest. Thank you.
Thanks.